Okay. So I've just getting all the parents in who keep on coming. First of all, I just wanted to say hi to all of you. My name is Ashima, and I am a tutor and director of ALT, that's Ambitious Learning Tuition. I also have a lot of WhatsApp group in which I help parents like you all who are new to 11 plus, and I give free advice to parents throughout their journey for 11 plus. So let's get started. So basically, oh, there's someone else. Basically, the purpose for this one is what is the agenda? What are the things we're going to discuss today? The things what we are going to discuss today is about 11 plus topics. If you're new to 11 plus, there are a lot of things you all get confused, where to get started and how to go about it. So we'll be discussing that and how to prepare for grammar schools, school applications, grammar school applications. I'll give you a little hint about that. But if you want the full discussion about that, if your child has given 11 plus this year, just now in September. Then I will do another session next weekend. Just keep your next weekend free. And that weekend, I'll just discuss about all the applications, how to apply, when to apply, all that stuff I'll discuss next week with you all. And the marking scheme, I'll do that today. And then the results. And then there'll be a time for you all to ask questions with each other, with me, all that stuff. So basically, when you are deciding it's basically which grammar school you want to apply before starting your journey for 11 plus. These are the things I always tell the parents. You have to go on the school's websites and see which grammar school is the one which is for your child. And please, I don't want to be mean, but don't try copying your friends. If your friend is applying to a grammar school like which is a super selective school, and you know your child will not be able to do that school, don't force your child to go to a school where your friend's child is going or is going with you. So always go on the school website. All the schools have their own criteria. Some schools do take children from outside, like some Kent schools, and some schools don't take children from outside. And if you are also applying for super selective schools, I know they take uh, anyone from anywhere in the country. Like if you are in Harrow also, you can apply for Wilson or you can apply from St. Olive's Grammar School. But again, whenever you're thinking about these things, always try thinking about the distance and will your child be able to travel? Because don't stress your child so much. Like they are small. Remember that they are just kids. They will not say anything to you guys. If you say, give this grammar school entrance, they won't say, no, we don't want to do it. But as parents, you have to think about all these things. That is your child ready for these grammar schools? So you have to go on the school website. And if your child is very sporty, like boys like doing football and things like that, so you should also look at the school's website and see, do they offer these games with your child? Because I remember all the grammar schools, basically, they do rugby a lot. So is your child be able to do rugby? And there are some schools which are IB now. IB is a good qualification. They have throughout from GCSE also. So you have to think about these IB schools. They have Chinese and Japanese as one of their languages. So you have to again think that if your child will be able to do these languages. And I think so the schools which do that is Kent schools. It's Bradford Grammar is the one which does these languages. So again, you have to go and look at the school website and see what languages do they offer. Because some schools have, they tell you in year 7 to take 2 languages. Some school tell you to take only 1 language. So you have to think about all these things when you're looking about grammar schools. I can tell you by experience about Skinner's. My son did Skinner's till he did his GCSE. And after that, he went into St. Ol's Grammar School. So I can tell you about these 2 schools, the languages they had. Both these schools had 2 languages. And you had to choose 1 language in your GCSE. So again, you have to think about these things. And these are the things you have to think before deciding about which grammar school you guys are thinking about applying. So this slide basically tells you that some people consider grammar schools to be free, private schools are not. There's a lot of discussions. They say, why should we choose private schools or grammar schools? And I have made a video about that. You know that grammar schools are free, but again, if you call them free, it's not that. All the schools have like donations and things like that. They will be asking you to donate something. It'll be a free donation day. You have to donate £1, £2, £5. So actually, the school uniforms and things like that are not free in grammar schools. Also, you have to spend a lot on the uniforms and sports uniforms, all these stuff. So these are the subjects. Yeah. So what are the subjects now? This is something you know that if your child is giving any grammar school, if your child is giving any grammar school, the subjects what grammar schools have are maths. In maths, they have short maths and long maths, and they have reasoning. Reasoning covers both verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. And English, you have the comprehension. So I'll be telling you more in detail what these all topics are in the schools. And stage two, only stage two of the schools have creative writing, but you also have creative writing in stage one. That's for Kent. But in Kent, creative writing is not marked till you guys appeal. If you have a head teacher's appeal, then only your creative writing would be marked.
Yes, darling. Oh, that's lovely. Okay,
Uh,
if you want to take a water break just for 2 minutes.
so I'm going to tell you about the maths topics now. So there are some of the topics in maths. If you look at that, they are the topics you have to cover where if your child is starting doing 11 plus entrances. So the topics are, I've just written some of the basic topics what your children should know. They are like ratio, fractions, percentage, end term, proportion, angles like 180 degrees angle, and you have speed, distance, time. All these things are there. And I would say that if you guys are going for books, just look at the books which cover all these topics. Because everybody, bond books are really very common. Everybody start with bond books, but I have seen one thing as a parent and a tutor myself, bond books are not the one some children can cope with them because they are mixed of all the topics. They don't give one particular topic. And if your child is starting the 11 plus preparation, you should go with books which are topic wise. Like, I don't want to say about our company, but our partner company, 11 Plus Help to Success, they have made a lot of books which are topic wise, and they have started from year nine, age 9 to age 10 onwards. And English is something which is very important because I have seen that, especially boys, they're really good in maths, but they need to do really a lot of things in their English, like vocabulary, comprehension, vocabulary, and you have standard English and punctuation. And if you're looking for St. Olive's Grammar School, their verbal is different. It's not the verbal what do you guys do like code, shuffle sentences. Their verbal is basically has something related to logic thinking. Logic thinking is the one you have words like you have three, four things, and you have to take one out, which doesn't belong to that group, odd one out. And the same thing they have for vocabulary. They have some vocabulary words, and they tell you that there's one vocabulary word which is not related to another vocabulary word. So take them out. So it's absolutely different. It's not the one what do you guys do in the house. So if you're preparing yourself, you have to go and look for these books which cover all these things. And nonverbal is the one where you have the odd one out, you have the 3D shape space. That's my mistake. I wrote that. And you have reasoning, spectral reasoning. This is something new which has been added in Kent. And Bexley doesn't have that. Only Kent has it. But it's good to do that. And you have similar shapes and codes. This is something you all have to think about doing all these things. So next thing is I think so. Yeah, the books. And bond books have, I think so. I've recently seen that bond books also have started doing topic wise books now. So try looking for that. And they have the 10 minutes books. The one which I like about the bond is the 10 minutes books. I'm not a fan of the assessment books because I have seen the in the assessment books, especially, children do struggle because there are some topics which are in assessment test one, which are not covered, and the child is lost and they'll be like, what am I doing? So if you're trying to do bond books, I would say that keep just stop for a minute, just go for any publisher. I'm not saying 11 plus Help to Success, any publisher which does topic wise books first. Try to cover the topics and then go to bond books. It'll be easy for your child to do that. Because if you start doing bond books, your child would be lost. And I have seen that parents keep messaging me, oh, my child doesn't want to do 11 plus. He's really tired. He doesn't want, he thinks it's not for them. Because if imagine if I tell you to cook something, you don't know, I'll just give you, okay, you're cooking this today, but I won't tell you how to cook. And you would be lost. You'll be like, what, what is she saying? She's not even told us what things we need to put in the recipe, and she's telling us to cook. It's the same way with the kids. If you don't tell them what to do and you just give them, finish this assessment paper one, the child would be like, what I'm doing. And I'm saying, mean, year fours also. I had new batch of year fours. They just came in. And I told them to do one paper in bond. And they were like, oh, miss, we have not done fractions in school. We have not done angles in school. And that girl had made a list of all the things what were was in assessment one she had not done in school. She said, I've not done fractions, I've not done mixed fractions, I've not done area, I have not done bar charts. So these were all these things were in year four bond books. And then I was told her, I said, okay, leave it. Let's go with assessment. Go with the topic book, and let's do the topic first, and then I'll go back to this book. And she was really happy about that. And first time, so I've just seen the difference. How do kids do it? So if you want to choose a topic in the any assessment in the bond book, also first as a parent, look at it, the questions the test have, and then give it to your child if you want to start with the bond books. And all the publishers, they have a 10 minutes books. These are really good. And we have also published 10 minutes books for 10 to 11. Try looking at our books also. Because the feedback what I have got this year from the kids, because I didn't do bond books with my tuition kids in the beginning. I just stopped doing bond books. I just did our books with them. And they said that, the bond books were useless, but all the questions, because we knew all the topic, were easier for us to do. Now, this is when all the parents ask, when should we apply for grammar schools? Because this is something which is always with the parents, they get confused. You all will apply for your child is in year five. You normally apply in the beginning of year, you will apply in the end of year five. So you guys will apply next year from May to July. So please look at that. This year, Bexley had their entrance was the application form was really early. It was sometime in May and they finished in June. So it started on 1st of May and in 1st of June it was done. It has never happened before. So there were some parents who really missed the offer for applying for these schools. So just keep looking at the council's website because they do change because they don't want more people to apply. So they have a habit of doing that. And Bexley did this year. So I'm telling you, so next year, just try looking at all the schools from April onwards. It'll be written on the school's website. Then when you can apply for that. And there's a difference between the grammar school entrance form and your application form. Your grammar school entrance form, you will be filling that up through their website, council's website. So for example, if you guys are applying for Bexley, you will be applying for Bexley schools through their council website. This is only to give the entrance. And if you want to apply for super selective schools like St. Olive's, New State, all that, you have to apply through the school website. You don't have to go through the council. So there are all these things, all the information is always given on the school website. And the secondary transfer form, that's something different that you guys apply through your council. And that is only done in September when your child has given the entrance. You should apply then. But the forms open from 1st September till the 31st of October. That is, you guys apply through your council website. And that's called the secondary transfer form. But if your children are giving 11 plus entrances, we always recommend and we tell the parents, don't fill up the form now because you don't know how your child will do in the test. When your child does in the test and the results come, because you normally have 15 days after the results come back, because the entrances are done in September and the results come by the 15th of October, 15, 16, 17. And your secondary transfer form application finishes on the 31st of October. So you guys have 15 days to finish applying through the your council website, the school you want your child to go to. And don't apply to the school where your child has scored less marks. Always go with the school which you think definitely your child will get in. Because I don't know about other councils, Bromley give you 6, but Kent Council gives you 3 schools to apply through your secondary transfer form. So if you have 6 choices also, you have to be careful which one you guys will be applying. These were the dates this year, but if you guys are giving next year, the dates would be different. So these are the dates what they had this year. So this year, the Kent was on the 12th. And there are always 2 dates for Kent. One is for Kent people. Kent entrances is for Kent, the people who are from Kent Council. Another one is for like us, outside Kent. But our postcode, if all the parents keep saying, but our postcode says Kent in it. But we are actually not in Kent. So if you are in Bromley, then also you guys are not in Kent. Kent Council is absolutely different. If you give your council text in through Kent Council, then you are from Kent. If you give your council text to Bromley, Bexley, all that, you're not in Kent Council. The same applies to any other school entrances you guys give. I just wrote this because we were supposed to do this before the entrances were done. So I just wrote all the dates for the parents to know. But these are all old dates I've written now. These are not the new dates. These are all old dates, and you'll have new dates coming up next year. So you normally have the dates coming up after Easter. So this is how you all should start if you are preparing your child on your own. This is the timeline to study. This is
মা
something.
তুমি স্কেটিং এ যাবা? গেলে যাও।
I'll just mute it. So basically, this is the time scale what I feel like children should make to study. So the time scale is basically topics and books and your vocabulary should be done from September to January. This is a time you should focus on the topics, books, and vocabulary. You should always cover all the topics basically by December. Try completing all the topics by December. And after December is the time you should start doing time management, because time management is something which is very, very, very important in 11 plus. I have seen really intelligent children struggling in time and they leave the paper in the end. So just try doing time management. If you can start doing it little now, it's fine. If you think your child is very slow, because this is the time in our tuition also. If I see a child is slow, I tell the parents, which they don't like, obviously, that your child need to work on time. because time management, you can't leave it to the end. You can't just do time management from April to August, and you can't tell your child, I'll time you. So always time your child. Start timing your child if you feel your child is weak in time, will struggle in time. And if you think that your child has some problem, this is the time you should talk to your school, talk to the Senko of your school, so your child can get extra time for 11 plus. So all the time management should be done September to January. And from after January onwards, you should think about time management. And also, vocabulary is something you can't keep it till the end. Vocabulary is something very important. If you guys are doing super selective schools, I would say that just buy some flashcards, try doing them, start doing them now. And there are also some vocabulary books, good vocabulary books you can find on the net. We are also have made some good vocabulary books. There are around 150 words in each vocabulary book what we guys have made. So try looking at them. And if you don't want to waste your money on books and things like that, the books your child have, I keep saying the channel, if you read a comprehension and you think that you guys are stuck on some words, try making your own dictionary. I had a girl 2, 3 years ago. She did top 180 in Bexley and she did really well in Kent also. That girl made her own dictionary, and the dictionary what she made had all the words, alphabets A to Z. And whenever she used to read any of the comprehension, or she used to come with any of the new words, she used to just open her diary and write down the word she's struggling in. First of all, I was like, what she's doing. But then when I saw her book getting full every day with different words, what she got stuck on, I really liked the way she did. And I told her, I said, I'm telling the way you did to every single person now. It's really good. And if you go on Amisha's Learning YouTube channel, we have made some videos about vocabulary. So that videos are really good. In that we have like you have an image and you have to think about what the word would be. So try doing that. They're called challenge videos in our YouTube channel. Just try doing that with your child every day. And we also have a video in which we have some apps as parents can download on your phone. And if your child is really good in in social media stuff, they use iPads and things like that. Just try downloading that apps on their phones or iPads so they can do it every day, because vocabulary is not something you can leave till the end. And from and this is the time of the year from June to September, I would say start taking mocks. Mocks are really, really important. Why they're important? Parents say, why should we spend so much money if we have spending money on tuition? These are the normal way of parents speaking. What do you do tuition? Your tutor will always tell you where your child is weak in the tuition, but they can never tell you the areas your child is weak in. And you can only come to know that when you start giving mocks. Because when you give a mock, they will compare your child with another child, with another, yeah. And then you can see the areas your child is struggling in, and take a mock in June and take another mock after a few weeks to see the comparison. Has your child improved? Don't only go, oh, she's telling us to take a mock, let's take one mock. One mock will not do anything good. At least take 2, 3 mocks. I myself tell my children in my tuition, don't only take ALT mock, take 11 plus mock masters, or take the mocks of the schools like Newstead have their own mocks from the Parent Association. And St. Olive's also have their own mocks from the Parent Association. Their mocks are only from May to July, so you have to be quick in doing mocks. So after you do the mocks, you can compare them. Mocks are good for two things. First, you can come to know your child weaknesses. Second thing is your child will they will come to know the atmosphere of the grammar schools and how the entrance will look like. Because you don't want your child just to go to the entrance without knowing how the atmosphere will be, because they're only 10-year-old. I don't know in this country, but in our country, we used to have end of year assessments and things like that. So we were more used to exams and all these things than these kids here, because they don't have anything like that. So it's really good to give them mocks to make them aware about these entrances so that they know what they're doing. And then from September to November is the time you all have to, they'll be giving the entrances. You have to be careful and you have to tell them not to get nervous. As a parent, don't stress them out, because if you stress out, your children will also stress out. And please don't keep three, four tutors. I mean, these are the things I have always talking to the parents. You know what parents are doing, especially I've seen the Indian parents, because the pressure on their children is more. They have two, three tutors. They try one tutor, try another tutor, try third tutor, and then from three tutors, one tutor is gone, second is gone. When your child, for your child, it takes time for them to settle down with any new person you engage them with. And having two, three tutors at a time is giving them lot of stress. I'll tell you in my tuition myself, last year I had some kids who had two, three tutors. And whenever we used to give them homework, I used to tell the children used to come and tell me, oh, we were unable to finish the homework. Why? Because my other tutor had given me homework. And the child said, I get up at 7 in the morning, I do homework of my first tutor, then I do the homework of the another tutor, then I do homework of your homework. So from Monday to Friday, I'm doing all the homework of all the tutors, and Saturday I'm coming to you. And I was like, then I was telling the parents, I said, why you have three, four tutors? And they said, oh, only one tuition is not enough for them. For my child, he needs another tutor. He needs more pressure. Why are you guys paying so much? Why can't parents stick to one tutor and work with their child? 11 plus is, imagine that I also have children experiences from the schools which tell me that they have children tutor so much, they go into grammar schools and they struggle there. So if you don't want your child to struggle, you want your child to enjoy the 11 plus, stick to one tutor and help your child to do 11 plus. So these are the areas of focus. I have just made a list of the areas which I've told you guys: comprehension, vocabulary, math problems. I have seen that some children are really good in maths, mental maths, they'll be really good. When it comes to the word problems in maths, they will be stuck in that. The way of doing word problem is, which I also tell in my tuition, is to break the problem into three parts. And if you have something in the problem which is written three times or four times, right on the top of the problem, what they're asking you, so that you don't get confused. And verbal reasoning, the thing what you have in verbal reasoning is the quotes. The children have a habit of working each sequence and then doing it. So they have to find tricks how to do it. And if you are teaching your child at home, there are some books of Bond which tells you how to do a particular problem. They say like maths problem or something, parents problem book or something. So just look at the book, the ways how to teach your child, because sometimes parents have because as parents, we think we can teach our child, but there are some things which as a parent, you all can't teach your child. Is the techniques and the way they have been done in school. So if your child is being done it's a different way your child is being they have been teaching in school, if we tell them our way, they will get confused. So always see what you're teaching them and don't teach them different. And this is something I just said about our tuition center, is that we are obstacle registered, because some parents get childcare vouchers. And whenever you're finding your tuition center, always look at these things. Is the tutor a DBS checked? Because nowadays I have seen myself. I had some parents who had been children have been tutored by us. And after their child passed 11 plus, the parents started their tuition center. So always look at the tuition center history, how the tutor is, have a DBS checked, is the teacher from a teacher, or it's like, because I have seen that there are a lot of especially male tutors who are here. They do computer science and things like that, and they all have become tutors. So always think about these things. Look at the tutor, look at the background, look at their Google reviews. Sometimes Google reviews are not so good. I'm telling you myself, because I had competitors have gone and given false Google reviews to us. So don't only rely on Google reviews. Always go for parents' reviews, because parents won't give you false reviews. Google can give you false reviews. And always look at the result of the tutor, what the result are, and how many people have passed from them. So you have to be really careful. And there's a new technique which have come, I have seen now. Parents go for tutors in India because they're cheap. Don't go for tutors who are not in the country, because I myself have seen that. I had two, three students of mine. They took a tutor from India to do non-verbal in the summer holidays. And they came and they told me that, oh, we did non-verbal with a tutor. And the tutor, you won't believe it, because they are in India. They don't know how the grammar schools work here. That tutor took 200 pounds from the parents just to do cubes and nets, which have never ever come in 11 plus. So that parent had wasted 200 pounds just to do cubes and nets with a tutor like that. They are in India, they are Indian tutors, they'll be giving you cheap prices, and they won't even know how the grammar school techniques work here. So be careful when you're looking for tutors. Just don't go for the one which are cheap. That's why always look at the background and always look what they are. Because if the tutor has done something in schools, schools will not take you without telling you about your background. I mean, I can give you my experience. We were taking tuitions in New State Grammar School. Before going to New State, I had to clear my DBS. I had to clear every single thing to go into that school to show them like I'm a teacher. I was a teaching assistant, a high teaching assistant. I told them. They had done all the checks where I worked, and then they had given me a space in the school to give tuition. So always look at all these things before doing that, all because all these grammar schools will not let you in for giving tuition in their school till they have your background check. Same like we had tuitions in Bromley High. We had to get our background check, all our tutors' background check. Then we were allowed to go and give tuition there. So always think about these things and then go for a tuition center. And don't go for the tuition center which have 100 kids. I had children who left that tuition centers and came to me and said, "Oh, I went to tuition center, it was online, and the tutor didn't even know my name. But he is good. Obviously, he'll be good because he will take an entrance test. The tuition centers which are taking an entrance test, I'm telling you from experience, they will only take in the children who are intelligent. If you take someone who's intelligent, obviously your results will be good. And then parents would be happy. And they will think, oh, my child goes to tuition center which has 100% result. Obviously, it will be because that tuition center is taking an entrance test and he's only getting kids who are intelligent. He's not giving chance to the kids who are not intelligent. So always look at these things when you're looking for a tuition center. I had new parents coming in year 4. They told me, will you take an entrance test of my child? If my child don't pass, won't come in your tuition. I said, this is not 11 plus entrance. I'm preparing your child for 11 plus. And all the children in my tuition are allowed to come in. I don't take entrance test because it's like testing them before testing them for 11 plus. So be aware about these things when you guys have a look. Now it's time for the parents. I have spoken a lot now. Now you guys can ask me a question. I think so. Jaden's dad. I can't see who's there because your camera, I won't be asking questions for the people who have the cameras off. Please remember that. So have your cameras on if you want to ask something. Now again, I think so. Jaden's dad is there. You want to ask something?
Yeah, what I wanted to ask is if I just want to apply for Bexley and Kent, not do the super selective, so can we just not do vocabulary and those creative writings? Is that we can just completely skip those?
You can't. All the grammar schools have vocabulary. If you
Right.
choose Bexley, Bexley is a school which is only does vocabulary a lot. And same applied to Kent. So vocabulary is something you have to do it. If you choose selective or super selective, any school.
And creative writing?
Yeah, Kent has creative writing, but they don't check it till you appeal.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything else? I think so. They're writing here. I have few questions too. Who's that? You
That's
need to.
me. That's me.
Yeah. Okay.
Hiya. So be honest with you, my kid's in year three. He's just started year three. So I'm just getting kind of absorbing. I don't want to leave things to last minute. So I'm just trying to absorb information now in terms of what I need to be aware of. I've seen that you've started offering year three classes as well. Do you,
Yes, we do. Yeah.
is that focused around 11 plus then? Is that focusing on topics then around maths and
It's
NVR and
not basically 11 plus. It's more into topics.
Okay. But is that building the foundation then to kind of move on
Yeah.
to 11 plus? Okay. In terms of, but I'm going to be honest. So my husband, he's too old. He's girls. They went to Newstead Wood School, so they got into Newstead Wood, and the tutor they used, um, my son's been using that tutor. He's only had her for like 2, 3 weeks, to be honest. He's been using her for year three. What she's doing is she's getting him to do like CGP and Bond books, the 10-minute books, and Collins as well, year three books. She's making him do that like every day and then saying like learn your times tables and kind of do a creative like a story of like five. She's giving him a list of words and telling him to go and understand the meaning of them. So literally every day he's doing. But what I understood, what you just meant said as well, touched upon is if he doesn't know the topics, to kind of put that pressure and say, right, go away and do this. And then we have to mark the papers. And then he goes in once a week and it's online and she's asking him how he's done in his scores, and she's saying, you have to hit like 85%. But
Wow.
she's not really covering the topics. But these girls, she gave a lot of material. So what she does is she tells you what books to cover off throughout, and that's how they pass. I mean, they got through into Newstead Wood. I'm not too comfortable with her method. I'm not, and I'm thinking he's only in year three, but her approach from day one, I'm not comfortable with it. Hence why I've seen your, kind of tuition. And for me as a parent, I don't want my child not to enjoy the process. I want him to enjoy the journey. I want him, and I think, he's capable. But I'm not very comfortable with her approach. So hence why I've joined your session because I'd like to know how you approach it and whether he will fit more. I don't want to have him to have 2, 3 tutors. I want him to have one, but I want to make the right choice.
We don't do like that. I
Okay.
do bond books. I won't lie that. I won't say
No,
that I
which is
don't
good.
do it.
I'm happy to do
But
bond
thing
books.
is, it's like we make our own books. So
Okay.
we cover that books. Our books have all the topics in them. So I don't like just doing bond books. We do topics. Like, for example, I'll tell you the year four class.
Yeah.
I won't tell year five because he's too small. In
Yeah.
year four, we did rounding. So
Okay.
basically, the children should know the basic things, what's rounding.
Yep.
And then in our books, we also have rounding. So the
Okay.
homework was rounding for them.
Right, okay. So he'd had rounding question as well. So he's just started year three. He had a rounding question. And for us, what I'm thinking is I'm actually teaching him how to do the rounding. So I've got the how to do maths book for bonds you mentioned, and I'm referring myself. But then I'm thinking it needs to be the other way around. He learns a topic, he goes away, he practices on that topic, and then kind of encompassing it. But it's the other way around. She's setting him the tests. He's then struggling and he's asking me, I don't understand this. How do I do this? And I'm teaching him the concept, but then she's kind of getting him to do. I mean, how does your homework structure work? Like, how much do you expect homework in terms of what do you give the year 4 and year 3 students on a weekly
I don't
basis?
have so many year threes. I'll be honest. We have started this year from only for year three.
Yeah.
But year four, like we give them one paper each. But
Okay.
as you know, kids are, I have like flexibility because I know that they will do half of it, they won't do half of that.
Yeah. I mean, he's quite good. He's doing it. I'm actually surprised at how he's every day he's sitting down and he's doing it. But I don't like her approach. I think it needs to be topic led. You need to touch a topic, rather than just giving him and firing off the tests at him. And then it's like, you need to
Because they
hit
don't know
this.
the topics. They are
Exactly. And
new to
it's like
that.
second week in, second, third week in, and it's like it's been like that. That's what I've seen. And but that's good to know that you take the other approach. The other question I had is, I've spoken to other parents who's like one of the sons have gone to Dartford School. They've mentioned about supporting tutor with QMon. Is that something you recommend?
Yes, that was I was telling you. In year three, because we never used to take that, I always used to tell the parents, try doing Come On, maths and
Okay.
English, because
Okay.
Come On is good for time management. It'll
Right.
teach
Okay. That's
them
good
how
to
to
know.
do time management
Okay.
and do Come On for a year and then take tuition from year four onwards.
Okay. All right. Amazing. What other question? I had one more question. So your tutors then, do they cover? So are they specialists in creative writing, the
It's me
comprehension?
only.
Is
It's
you?
it's
Okay.
I'm the one who teaches creative writing. And my son who goes in St. Olive's Grammar School, he helps me. He used to go there now.
Yeah.
He's in uni now.
Okay.
He's the one who checks the creative writing with me
Okay. Got
because
ya.
he knows the exact way how to do it
Yes.
than
Okay.
me. So he's the one who checks it, give me the reviews for the parents to give. And you don't believe it, parents do like his reviews.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And you mentioned that, did you say 17 students got into St. Olaf's last year? I saw a
Yes, we
message.
did. Stage two. We had a lot of parents who did stage two from us,
Right. Okay.
and they all
Amazing.
got in.
Okay. And then you supplement. So you have a look at what materials are available across kind of popular publishers and kind of what's out there, and you do your own material. Is that how you do it?
Yes, we do our papers and we do private school papers. So we just mix and match all of them together.
Do you recommend books as well? So in terms of like CGP and things like that, do you recommend which ones, like Peter Robson I've heard of, and other
Yes, we
publishers?
use them, but there are some topics in them are good, like ratio is good in them.
Yeah.
But some topics are the one which are confusing. So
Okay.
we have to mix and match which one we can do.
So you will tell the parents which ones to kind of do.
Yeah, we normally, if we are using material, because parents have to work also. I feel
Yeah.
like it's not only the tutor who's doing the
No,
work.
no, parents need to be in that
So
journey.
we
Yeah.
have a Google Classroom. We put the material in that, and we expect the parents to go through that material, whatever
Okay.
we do in the class, with the
Okay.
child when they have time.
Okay. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm happy with that. Okay.
Yeah, so
So I'll
this is the way
probably,
how we work. So the
yeah.
parents know what we are doing. It's everything is in Google Classroom. So in the summer holidays, the parents are because I recommend parents to do the summer course because course is the thing in which you do some papers which are harder,
Yeah.
and you can't do that papers with them when they're doing regular classes because that will bring their confidence down.
Yeah.
But if you do that in the summer, because in summer they are more active
Yeah.
because they want to pass the 11 plus
Yeah.
and
Okay.
they learn better in the summer than they are learning now. I mean, if I do a paper now, they won't be able to do it.
No.
And if I
So
do the same paper in summer, they'll be able to do it.
how many children have you got in your year 3 classes? And is it just the one class you do? Do I need to
Yeah, I don't
contact you
have anyone
separately?
right now because I'm the one who tells parents like go slow and just do it in the middle of year three, not in the beginning.
Oh, so you don't have. I thought I saw that you are offering through year 3
I am
classes.
offering, but I don't have anyone right now
Right,
because we have
okay.
started this year only. That's why.
Got ya. Okay. No, that's good to know. Okay, I'll probably would be in touch with you separately then. But thank you. Thanks. It's really been
You're
helpful.
welcome.
Thanks.
I have some, yeah, Trosha Patel, I think so.
Hi, I had two questions as well.
Yeah.
This is with regards to related with the.
Can you be a little louder? I think so. I can't hear you.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's much better now.
I had questions with regards to Newstead exam. I wanted to know, is spatial reasoning the part of NVR?
No, it's
And
not.
okay, and are the kids allowed to mark on the question booklet? Like for NVR, the kids normally tend to do the elimination and stuff. So can they mark on the question booklet?
I don't think so because they use the same paper
All right.
for the next because they have different timings. So they are using the same paper for each and every child, but they will be given extra piece of paper. And so your girls went in Newstead, right? You just said.
Sorry, my husband's girls did. Oh, they're from his first wife, so
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I've
they
not been
might
yet.
have told you about Newstead. I think so. They give them an extra piece of paper for working out.
Normally because in Kent and other Bexley, I think they are allowed to mark on the question paper, which makes it easier, especially when they are eliminating, directly on the
No,
question.
because I know one thing what the girls used to tell me when they came out, when they used to tell me, they used to say that they have a piece of paper for working out, and they were
All
told
right,
not to mark on the in the question paper because they'll be using the same question paper for other girls.
the girls. All right. And one more thing, how many questions are there in NVR? Is it 75 questions for NVR?
I don't know. No girls tell me about NVR. The only thing the girls tell me is about verbal reasoning. They say there are 80 questions, which we have to do in 35 minutes. I think so. This is the one they always remember. And this is the girls' tell. But I know one thing for sure that your NVR is time and is basically like the GL papers. Have you seen the GL papers?
Yes, I have. Sorry, you said VR for 35 minutes, but normally it's 45 or 40 minutes. So is that 35 for 80 questions?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because normally I have seen is 40 minutes in the question papers, which GL
The
paper.
question, don't go through the question paper. Always give them less time what's written in the question paper.
Okay. Okay.
So if it's written 50 minutes and things like that, just give them 45 minutes because in the normal one, they just get 35 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking that it is 45 minutes as I have heard from other people. So,
No, it's not.
okay.
That's
Okay.
why the girls always struggle when they have to finish the paper.
45 minutes. Okay. Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you very much for that.
You are welcome.
I had a question. So you mentioned earlier that the cube and nets don't come into some of the exams. Do they come into the Newstead Woods one? Or
No, but this year, I'll tell
oh,
you, it's never come till now. But this year in Kent, they had one session, one section, sorry, in which they had to count how many cubes are there. So they were like, there was a shape given to them, and they were supposed to count how many cubes make another shape. So they had something like that, but not nets. Cubes did come this year.
okay, because in the GL books, cubes and nets are covered. So you'd assume that they would somehow test that in the exams, right?
They can, because this year they have started now.
Right. So it's still
Because
best to
cubes did come, but till last year, there was not a single question of cubes and nets.
Wow. Okay. So, but it's still, you still advise to
I
obviously
know I had,
practice.
I don't know how kids are. Two kids told me, thank God cubes and nets didn't come. And one child mother had given me a full example about the cubes and telling me, this year we had cubes. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's why I'm a little confused. This is what we got feedback from this year.
Okay. But still prepare, right?
Yeah, we should say that you should prepare because Kent, especially Kent, has a habit of introducing new stuff every single year. Like this year, they introduced cubes and they had something which is called like, they had few shapes which had numbers. Like, I think I did wrote in the WhatsApp groups like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and which shape is similar to the numbers there, something like that. So each number represents a different shape and different techniques of doing it. So
Okay.
I've never seen a question like that, but it was there in exam plus people. They made that questions for non-verbal.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you for today. That was really helpful.
You're welcome. I think so. Somebody has a hand up. I think so. It's you
Harsh,
again, right?
do
Yes,
you
Rosha Patel.
are you able to listen to me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, this is Deepshika this side, that's DM. I have few questions. One, the difference between a selective and a super selective. I mean, I know there are grammar schools and I know there are like the QE and the others of the world. What's the difference?
The difference is super selective basically can apply anywhere, and you'll get in. But selective is the one, like if you go for Kent and Bexley, you have to be in their council, uh, in the bureau basically, and you need to be in the mileage because Kent has, I'll just give you example. I'm unable to explain you. I'm just giving you like in Kent, what they normally do is if you're outside Kent, you need to have really high marks to get in. So imagine if the passing is 327 or something. If you get 330 or 340, if you're in Kent, you can get into any Kent school. But our kids, if Bromley kids apply to Kent, they have to get 380, 390 to get in. So there is
Okay.
so much of difference. And the same applied to Bexley. Bexley is 217 is the passing. If you get 319, 320, if you're in Bexley Council, you get in. But our children have to be in the mileage to get in. So they
Okay.
look at the mileage.
A second thing is that we have spoken a lot about those bond books, etc. And Veena, I'll something I did with my child last. So I'm not in your area. I live in Windsor, which is Berkshire, Buckinghamshire area. So I did a tuition last year. What they would do is it's a very popular tuition concept. They will explain a tricky concept for 2 minutes, 10 minutes maximum, and then they'll give hordes of homework, fractions, decimals, LCM, HCF. In the end, I would land up, teaching my son when he was in year four. So we have stopped that tuition. I'm exploring new tuitions. The one I've booked him, but I'm still exploring and looking at ambitious learning. I want someone to make him very comfortable with the topic, and then he will be able to do a lot of, practice from bond, CGP,
Yeah, I know.
XYZ,
I mean,
and I
topics
can
is
help.
something is there. But I have seen that because if the tuition centers stop bond, I'm just telling you myself, if I don't do bond at all, parents will be like, oh, she just
Anxious.
does her book, she doesn't do bond at all. Our child won't pass. They will leave me and they'll go somewhere else. So bond,
Okay.
it's in their minds like bond and CGP is made for 11 plus.
11 plus.
If
And my
you don't
last
do it,
question,
you
yeah,
can't pass 11
Yeah,
plus.
thanks for your comments. Yeah, it's helpful.
yeah. And my last question is, do you do only creative writing? So I want to send my son physically somewhere, which is local, but do you have something specific for creative writing? He's in year five, and he will be writing two independent schools and local school exams. But creative writing something I want to explore.
Which class he is in? Year four, you said.
No, last year we did year four. He's just started year five,
Year five.
so he'll be writing his exams
The
next
thing is,
year.
doing only creative writing is we do in the summer, not now. We just
Hmm.
do creative writing also. But
So do
right
you think
now we do
only
all the
summer is
topics.
sufficient?
Sorry?
Only summer is sufficient? I mean, doing it
I
over
mean,
two or
you should do
four
it
or
full
eight.
hand. Only creative writing classes we do in summer. But
Okay,
the parents should start doing it now if you want to do creative writing.
okay. Any
Because I've seen
resources?
that
Because
if I start doing creative writing for the year fours,
no,
because
year
they are
fives.
getting
I'm
used to,
talking year fives now.
yeah, I'm just saying, if I start in, I'm just giving an example, if I start in year four also, or in the beginning of year five, because this is the way they are starting. And in the beginning, if they start doing all these things, I want them to get used to the topics first, get
Hmm.
used to the vocabulary. If they have good vocabulary, they can do more creative writing. If the vocabulary is bad, they won't be able to do creative writing.
Is there anywhere we can find structure? So me, by the time I join your course, that's in summer, before that, because if I tell them, I mean, you write a creative, you see a picture and you write about it, that's one thing. Another thing, we as parents can get some cues that this is what good looks like. you're adding those alliterations, similes, and etc. etc. I know that's
I don't
there,
know. I
but
mean, there are books also. I've forgot the book name. It tells you the starting. We also have made creative writing books, but I also have used one other book. I forgot the name of the book. Maybe I'll
maybe
find it
we
and
can
write in
chat
the
it.
groups.
Yeah,
The
it'll be
book
very
had
helpful.
there's a topic given in that book, and with the topic they have written the introduction, middle, and end. So they have given you everything.
Okay, that'll be very helpful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that book is really good. We have also used that book a lot.
Yeah, that'll be really helpful. Thank you.
I think so. There's someone. Ash has his hand up, but I can't see
Yeah.
your
Hi.
picture.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm logging from my mobile actually today. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, no worries.
So we live in Bucks area. So do you cover for Bucks as well? For the GL assessment?
Yes, we do. The thing is, all the schools have become GL now,
Okay.
and all the school have the same techniques and same way of doing everything. So we cover all the areas now.
Okay. So thank you so much. Then that will be helpful for us. Yeah, but I think for Bucks there is no creative writing. Otherwise, other things are all there, right?
Yeah, there are schools, and I'm saying some schools have creative writing and some don't. Like St. Oliv's Grammar School have creative writing in
Mm-hmm.
stage two. Wilson have creative writing in stage two.
Okay. And how is this Sutton actually? They are coming under super selective or they are
Sudden does, I think so. They take kids from outside because I have people from Wilson, from Bromley also going to Wilson. So they
okay,
must be
okay,
taking, I'm not very sure, but I think so they must be taking people from outside because I've
okay,
seen a lot of buses going from Orpington and Bromley to Wilson, written on them, school bus.
okay, okay, okay. Fine. Thank you so much. And
Yeah, I think so.
one last question.
Yeah.
Do you suggest any vocabulary flashcards for us to start? My son is in year 4 now. He's just started year 4.
I have one
Just to
flashcards. I'll just see if I can. Ishita, can you get it from my room? I have one flashcards. They're a really popular one. I'll show you the one my daughter
okay.
gets for me. She'll take time to go, youngsters
No
are.
problem, no problem. Yeah, we can wait. Yeah. Because there are so many in the market. So I get really confused because I see CGP flashcards and there are some in the Facebook pages as well and related to grammar schools. So many people are publishing,
I know
but then
tutors have made their own flashcards.
yeah, exactly. And so it's really confusing, like where to go, where to start with.
He's got it. I'll show you the one which we have and we have used. Is these are the ones. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got 11 plus flashcards.
From where is
I don't know, they have it now. This is a really old packet I had for my son. We still have it.
Is there a
okay?
company name or anything?
It's just written 11 plus flashcards written on that. And that's it. Improve verbal reasoning and achieve a higher score.
Okay.
I'm not sure they have it now or not, but this is the one we had it from ages ago. And they're
And how
really
do
They've got
you
helpful.
them on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. If you just
Is it?
type in 11 plus flashcards vocabulary, it just says 11 plus flashcards. It's blue. Is
Yes,
it
it
blue
does.
and
Yeah.
white? Yeah, blue and white. It says improve verbal reasoning and achieve a higher score.
Yeah,
okay?
that's the one.
Let me see if I can post a link. I'll post a link. Let me see if I can post it.
Okay, that would be helpful.
I've just
Thank you so
posted it
much.
on chat.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
thank
I
you.
had it a long
Okay.
time ago. I don't know if they still do it.
I've just posted it on the chat so you can see it on the Amazon.
Thanks, Veena. And how do you normally go with these flashcards? Daily learn 3 or 4 words. Is it
They are really good. I mean, I'll just take one of them. You just take one.
okay?
On one side, they have, I think so. No, they have different words from both the sides. Yeah. There are different words in both the sides. So you can just do 2 words a day or something like that.
Okay, okay. Because I see my child is an avid reader, but then what I see
I'm just
from him
saying,
is
my son never used to like reading. So the
okay,
other way of doing flashcards and thing is like just try playing a game or something.
okay,
So
okay.
tell them to use some vocabulary words. And
देखिए माँ बोझ पे
that's what I was telling you. We have made, if you go on our YouTube channel, Amishas Learning, and there's
Mm-hmm.
some challenge videos we have made, and just click on the vocabulary one. My tuition kids love that videos more than these cards, because in that videos, the one I have made is you have a picture, they have to
Mm-hmm.
guess what the vocabulary word it would be.
Okay, okay. Got it. Okay.
So we play like a competition with them. So we tell them, let's see how many of you can give me the right answers. So I don't go with the answers. Answers are in the end. So I click one picture, stop there, make them write down, go on the next one, and they in the end, when the answers come, then they check if the answers are right or wrong.
Got it.
So it's
Okay.
basically you have to make them do different things. And there are also some games, like one game which I like playing with the students is the Wordle.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and see Wordle, you can start from any age group. Just you have to search the word for the day. And it's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
when they get bored
exactly.
with the
Yeah.
11 plus, they just do it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good game actually. Yeah. We do
Wordle
it
is
every
good.
day. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
children love Wordle. In summer course, this was the game they used to do. They were like, okay, we'll do 2 papers and promise us you'll make us, let us play Wordle. I say, yeah, I'll do that. So it's like they're learning and they're playing. It's not like they're just doing work all the time, because you
Got
can't
it.
tell them to just study all the time, because they are kids, and they are kids being they like me so much. In the end, the last day, all of them came and they said, oh, you know what we are going to do today? I said, what? We are going to go home, give our exams, throw all of our books away, and never come and see you again. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I was saying this is a good way of saying bye to me. And then they realized that I would have felt bad. And they were like, okay, we can do one thing for you. You can take a picture of all of us, which I put in the WhatsApp group with you. You guys must have seen. You can put a picture of all of us so you remember us. So that's what I'm saying. They're just kids. You can't just tell them to study all the time.
Can I just ask you, what about in terms of subscriptions to other kind of like there's mention about Atom
Atom is good.
Learning. Is Atom good? Would you recommend out of all? I know there's other providers. Would you recommend Atom?
I prefer Atom. I have a word with them also. And I tell my students to use it. And that's why they have given me a promo code. Just write ALT, you will get a discount.
Amazing. Thank you.
So Atom is good. And the thing, my students say that Atom also has mocks and things like that. So with the tuition also, they were trying Atom to see where they all stand. And because Atom is not like bond books, I had one child who had taken bond prescription and one had taken Atom. And both the parents were comparing and they said that bond doesn't explain the topic. You just click on the answer and they tell you answer is right or wrong. But in Atom, they tell you why your answer is wrong.
Oh, that's good.
They explain you. So that's why Atom is better than this.
Hi, sorry, I just have one other question, and that was you went through the scores on Bexley and Kent, and I was just wondering what the situation was with Newstead.
Newstead is not done yet. They have the entrance on this Friday.
Okay, but generally, like in terms of the pass mark and the
last
the
year
catchment.
Last year was better than the year, and after the COVID year the paper was really hard. I remember that.
Right.
But last year the paper was good. I mean, the
Okay.
girls didn't have any complaint. The because in Newstead the problem is because verbal is the one the girls can tell you they did good or not, but non-verbal they can't come and tell me they have done good or not, because they feel like they have done good. We can only come to know when the results come in.
Okay. But you don't know like what the pass mark generally is for
I know the
Newstead.
pass marks from last year.
Oh, okay.
It was 227 or something.
Right.
Yeah, and if you get more than, it's out of 280. So if you get more than 235 or 237, if you're living within, I think so, 9 miles they do it or something, you can get in. But I had one of my students, she lives in Canary Wharf and she got 250 and she got in Newstead. So they did take girls outside the catchment also last year.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi Ashma, I have a question. Sorry, I'm
No
not able
worries.
to find the raise hand icon. So about Newstead Wood Grammar School catchment. So what is the cutoff date for the students to move in near the catchment?
I think so you need to call up the consul because I know that it's December. It's after your results come in. It's in December. But again, the thing is you have to ask the consul because the parent I was telling you, that parent was supposed to move from Canary Wharf, but she didn't move because she got in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, since she
So
got.
it was December because they were supposed to move in December.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. And one more question, one final question. How CSSE board is different to GL?
Which board?
CSSE.
Oh, that's Essex one you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essex one. Yeah.
Because that's more harder. Because they
Okay.
make their own papers and GL also makes their own papers, only super selective schools. But their papers are multiple choice and CSC, I think so. I'll double check because I know 2-3 kids of mine did that and they say their maths, it's really different. It's
Okay.
not like multiple choice. It's like standard. You have to do all the working out, everything else.
Okay, because my son is in Skinners and I'm from Tunbridge Wells. My daughter is in year 4, currently preparing.
Skinners
So
is good. I mean, I used to
yes,
love Skinners for my son. It's a good small grammar school. It's not
yes,
like
yeah. Yes, it does.
big
Yeah.
grammar schools.
Yeah, thank you. And your session is really useful. Thank you. Thanks.
I hope I've answered all the questions. Is anybody else want to ask anything else? I don't think so. Anybody is there. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, just keep writing in the WhatsApp group. I mean, I know the WhatsApp group is not so active these days, but I promise you, if you guys write down, I'll be able to answer because I've taken some tutors out because they used to just advertise their tuition, then helping you guys. So if you have any other questions, just keep asking and I'll be able to answer all your questions. I think so we'll end now. Thank you all
so
of you.
Thank you
much.
so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. One last thing is that we are in Berkshire, but I'm very open to move. And like you said, Skimmers, I wasn't aware of the school. I don't want to send my son to a highly competitive and very aggressive grammar school. So probably that's another day's conversation I'll have with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Okay then. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Ashma. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.